Hello and welcome to Missy's Imaginings. I was hoping to get these packages before I went to the doll show so I could get everybody reshelled, but I only received one of the boxes before the show, and then I received the second box after the show was over. So now I need to open these boxes and get moving on this project. So the fellow with the blue coat is modeled after Namjoon in BTS, and he is a very tall fella. He's very muscular. He's a big guy. So I wanted him to have a different form than some of the other fellas. And then one of my daughters said that the bodies for Jimin and Yoongi were a little too short. They thought they can't be that short because the bodies I have are noticeably smaller than the rest. So I have ordered two bodies. One will be similar to the taller fellas, and then the other will be a little bit more girthy body. So I'm going to take the guy in the blue coat, Namjoon, and he's going to go on the heavier body, and then his body will go, the body that he currently has will go to Suga, and then I have the new body for Jimin. So they will all be approximately similar in height, but one will be a little bit thicker than the other. And I may even take with Yoongi's body, and I may hybrid the two bodies together. I'm not sure yet. But in any event, I have these two packages that we need to open and take a look at and make sure that everything is okay so that I can move forward on that project. So here we go. We're going to start with the body that will be for Namjoon, just because this is the body that I had hoped to order quite a long time ago. It was offered, and then the order was canceled because it was not available. And then the company recently had a sale, and so it was offered again, and I have no idea how this is packaged. So I'm hoping, I don't want to injure any part of the doll inside. I'm always nervous with these blades. Oh, there we go. Put the blade away. Alright, so we'll move our box. Alright, so we're opening the box, and this is from MiroDoll, so I am not surprised by this packaging. They have minimal packaging, which I'm used to, and I've never had any problem with their arrival. So as long as I'm getting what I paid for, I'm happy with that. So I've bought a lot of products from MiroDoll, and so far I've never had anything to complain about. So let's take a look at this guy. So their packaging is minimal, but so is their price point. So this guy, I got this full body, and warning, there will be dolly nudity. So this is the larger body, and let's see, we'll get a tape measure out here and measure. And I do have, just very quickly, make sure these are on, not backwards, just for anyone who might be sensitive. We'll go ahead and put some undies on him. There we go. Alright. So there, we'll keep his decency there. Okay. So this body is their normal skin, and I'm just checking the camera, making sure he has some light there. There we go. And this is, let's see, where's my tape measure? This is the, from the bottom of his foot it's a 60 centimeter body, and so with a head, then he'll end up being about 68 centimeters tall, depending on the head that you get. So this body is 60 centimeters, but in their in their listing it says 68 because it's like it's a 68 centimeter doll. So it's the taller body, I'm hoping. Then let's check his fingers, thumb, all those fingers are good, and he has pretty thick hands. So as you can see, that's a pretty thick body. And with this body, what I was going to say, now I remember, is he was $86 and then some shipping. So for $86 to be able to get a brand new body, then I can handle it not being like super top of the line on the market, because I'm going to cover it up with clothing anyway. So he's all here, everything looks good. Usually their dolls, when you get them, are strung pretty loose. So they will need to be tightened up, and I'll probably put some wire in him as well. Then just a look at their body. This is the more muscly body. It's not quite as slim as the other one, mostly through the chest and abdomen part. So he's got six-pack here, pretty muscly. Let's take a look at the back. The back is sculpted to be pretty muscly as well. I don't have any complaints, especially considering that it's brand new and it was $86. So the torso is two pieces, well, three pieces actually. So the top portion is divided from the chest and the stomach area, and then that's divided from the hips here. Then on the hip joints, there's the hip socket and then the mobility joint that can come out if you need it to, and it can twist, but it does have a lock into place. So you can kind of see right here there's a little dent, and that fits together. The knees are double jointed, and then the foot is just one joint, which it seems like the foot doesn't go up into the leg all the way, but once they have shoes and socks on, it's usually okay. And all my dolls are usually on a stand as well. So here's the other peanut in the knee joint there. A lot of people don't like these knee joints because they just kind of have a weird shape to them. Let's see how loose that is. Once it was pulled up into a head, it would be tighter, but I'll probably tighten it a little bit and then put a head on. The arms are also triple jointed at the elbow. There is no other joint here though. So it's just at the elbow, there's a double joint. And then the wrists on this particular body don't turn as well because the shape of the armhole is more of an oval rather than a regular circle. So the wrist doesn't really turn so much like a normal wrist, but it can go back and forth. And then if you want it to, you can kind of hook it if you want. So that's what the body looks like on the more muscular body. And hopefully this one will be taller than the other one I have, which I think was only like 55 centimeters because it was supposed to be like 61 with a head on it. And that's what we're trying to get, a taller body than that other one. So there's the first one. And this will go to, like I say, to Namjoon. Hopefully it will be tall enough. Now we'll bring in the second box. And I don't know if MiroDoll is still having their sale. Sometimes their site can be a little difficult to navigate. What I usually find my method of navigation on their site is I will go to, I believe it's the customer service tab down at the bottom of their site, like if you're on a phone, and then from that tab I will click on the customer service, and I believe there's a list of items you can choose, and one of them is all products. And if you choose on that, all products, then you can go through everything they have available. And so I'm not sure. I think there's still that body in normal skin and white skin, I believe, for the 86. Then this guy I got, who is, oh look, there's a present in this box. Oh my goodness, they sent some eyes. We'll have to open that and see what that is. So let's see. So let's get this one out. This guy, well, I'm going to have to look in that other box and make sure I didn't miss anything. This guy is the same body that I have on all the other fellas, which is their slim 66 centimeter body. And like I say, I just needed an additional one. I think I might have one that's more of a yellow color, but that doesn't really match the head sculpts I have, so I've kept him for, I have a head that's a Granado poncho head, and I've kept that head for, or that body that's more of a yellowish color for that head. So here we'll take a look at this guy and see how he compares. And this guy as well. So we'll take him decent here. Got some undies for this guy, so we'll slip them on. And these did not come with the doll. These are just some that I had. So I thought we'd get them ready. Since we have Dolby nudity happening. Okay, take the bag off. Alright, so then here is their slimmer body. And this also is in their normal color. So we'll make sure everything is here. Looks like there's all the feet are here. They look good. Elbow, everything's in place. Let's see if this is a little, there we go. Looks like that peanut, they might be upside down. Maybe not. Alright, so then these hands are more slim, so we can compare them here. So I don't know if you can tell the difference there, but this one is a lot more thick. This one is more slim. A lot of people don't like the MiroDoll bodies more on the females because their hand sculpts are kind of blocky. But on this fella, I don't mind this hand sculpt. I think it's okay. And then this one has a little bit more, it looks like dexterity. I mean, the fingers are moving. They're in a different position other than just being real flat. But a lot of people say, especially the female dolls have kind of like a spatula hand, and like some of their fingers don't have enough staggered length between them. But this one, it looks pretty staggered, so that's okay. And then this one as well. So these hands are okay. So it looks like this guy is okay. This doll also has the 3-part torso. So here's where it bends on this part. Then it comes apart here. And then on the hips, there is also the hip joint here. And then there is the mobility joint in the thigh as well. These also have a double jointed knee. And here the knee cap is not as pronounced as on this one. This is their older sculpt. And so this one has more like a duckbill shape kind of to it that a lot of people don't like. This one isn't quite as pronounced. So it's a little more of a, more refined sculpt, I guess. Again, the ankles don't always go all the way up into the leg, but I found that to be very common. And then I think they have the peanuts in. I think, yeah, I guess they're all right. I'm looking at the way the arms bend on them. But so it can be moved out and have a lot of movement there. Here again, it is pretty loose in the arms, so I'll need to tighten that up. And then in the leg, pretty loose. But there we go. So that is the MiroDoll Slimmer Sculpt. And let's take a look at this height from the bottom of the foot to the top of the neck is right at 58.5 centimeters. And then this one from the bottom was right at 59 centimeters. So this one is a little bit taller, which is good because I wanted him to be a little bit taller than the other fellas, because Namjoon is very tall. Although most of the guys are tall, they're not small by any means. But he is exceptionally bigger than others. He's a pretty big guy. So these bodies are here, they're safe, and so my next task will be to get them rewired and, well, not rewired, but wired and restrung. There's plenty of elastic still on both of these. There's a lot of elastic to work with, so that is fine. Then it looks like we got a present here. Let's see, so we'll open this up in pretty little gold bags, and each little eye has its own bag. So those are really cute. Let's see here. And it looks like they're a real pretty turquoise blue color. And I like these have a peg on the back. So let's see if I can get my hand up here and that'll focus. So they do have a peg on the back, which is nice for aiming the eye. And then they're a really pretty little blue color. So those are very, very nice. I like that color. So that's a fun little surprise I was not expecting. So we'll put those back in there. And I don't think I've ever gotten them in their own little bags before. So that's very beneficial. I will go and see if I missed anything in the other box. And it looks like it's a good thing I didn't just throw everything away, because it looks like there is a surprise here. Which, with the feel of the box, looks like it might be the same thing. Here, let's just tear this down to where I can get inside there. Oh, yes. There we go. Oh, and these are eyes as well, but they look to be pink. So let's see here. Well, this was a fun surprise. If I can get it open. There we go. It looks like these are tied together. Alright, so let's take a look at the pink eyes. Let's see what they look like. That's pretty fun. So here's the pink color. It looks like one pupil is bigger than the other, but it'd still probably be workable. But I like the little peg in the back. I've never seen eyes like this. I have glass ones that have a little peg that you can stick a toothpick in them to help maneuver them. So I like that option to be able to move them around easier in the faces. So very fun. So 2 pair of eyes. So that's a fun surprise. There we go. So there is our box opening for 2 MiroDoll male bodies. Oh, and this guy was $86, and I think he was 70, maybe 79, I think. So something like that. 86 and 79, I think, were the prices. And so if you're interested, you can go to MiroDoll, MiroDoll.com. And like I say, if you're having a hard time finding what they have available, if you go down to the customer service and click on that little bottom at the bottom, it should give you some choices there. And then I always use all products to scroll through everything that they have available. So there you go. Enjoy your day. I hope that you have a good week this week. We're going to be back to work with more overtime, so I wanted to be sure that I got this opening done so I can move this project along. And yeah, I will see you next time when we decide on what our next project's going to be.